Alright, in the previous video we talked about the gradient intercept formula, and it was this formula here, y equals mx plus b. Now that's great. From that you can read off the gradient, which was the m value, and you can read off the y-intercept, the b value. But what if your formula isn't in that form to start with? Well, you're going to have to do some rearranging. You're going to have to use some algebra skills or algebra magic to get it into the form y equals mx plus b. Let's have a look. This one here, I've got my y on the left hand side, I've got my x on the right hand side, just like I do here, but the b value is somehow over here. So I want to move it using my algebra skills until it looks like y on the left hand side, then the equal sign, then something x, and some constant, some number. So I'm just going to use my algebra skills. If I'm trying to get the y on its own here, I need to get rid of this minus 5. The opposite of minus 5 is plus 5. If I add 5 to both sides, so these ones cancel out now, I've got 3x plus 5 over here. Now it's in the right form, y equals 3x plus 5. So I can see that the gradient is going to be 3 and the y-intercept is going to be plus 5. Let's look at another example. Y plus 3x equals negative 2. Once again, I don't have the y on its own on the left hand side. That's what I'm trying to achieve. So let's do it. How do I get rid of this plus 3x? Well, the opposite of plus 3x is take 3x. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So this will wipe itself out now, and that leaves me y on the left-hand side, and minus 2 minus 3x. Now, if I could write minus 2 minus 3x, that'd be fine. But remember, when you're adding numbers, it doesn't matter what order you add or subtract in, so I'm just going to write it in this order, minus 3x minus 2. Wouldn't matter, but now I can look at it and see, I can see that it's got a gradient of minus 3 and a y-intercept of negative 2. One last example over here, everything's on the left hand side now. It's out of control. I want to end up with just the y on the left hand side. So there's going to be two steps. The first step is let's get rid of the 4. Well, the opposite of plus 4 is minus 4. Do that to both sides. And now I get to this point, y minus 8x equals negative 4. Let's get rid of the minus 8x. The opposite is adding 8x. I do the same to both sides, and my algebra gets me down to this point. Now it's in the gradient intercept form, y equals mx plus b. In other words, the gradient was 8, the y-intercept is negative 4. So I can see now that all three equations are written in that gradient intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, which allows me to work out what the gradient is and what the y-intercept is. Well done.